Small business owners' optimism skyrockets following Trump's victory. The federal government brought in record individual income tax revenues, and if it was up to SHillary Clinton, they would still have wanted to raise our taxes. And Iran threatens a world war, leading to the obvious question, why the hell does Iran still exist? My name's Howard Riell, and this is Riell Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com and on Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, on Twitter at #HowardRiell, at the website RiellTruth.com, and the book Riell Truth, Stay Angry, and of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM The Lion. Our call-in number is 877-254-7524, and the answer is yes. A copy of Riell Truth, Stay Angry does make a great holiday gift for anyone who listens to the show or anyone who's related to someone who listens to the show. All right, I don't mean to carry on like what's her say, Meg Ryan on Fox News, who's endlessly promoting her own book. Megyn Kelly, that's her name. Endlessly. Item. From CNSNews.com, the federal government brought in a record of approximately $213.3 billion in individual income tax revenues through the first 2 months of fiscal 2017. That's from October 1 to the end of November. This, according to the monthly Treasury statement released today. That's approximately 36 times the $5.9 billion that the federal government brought in from custom duties imposed on foreign imports over the same 2-month span. Unquote. So, my friends, Donald Trump is going to cut taxes. He's going to cut middle-class working Americans' taxes. And even though we've got record tax income coming in, you know, and I know, Hillary Clinton and her Democrats would have raised our taxes. They said as much. She promised it. They would have raised taxes and just gone on and spent some more. Well, if you and I ran our household budgets like that, wouldn't be too long before we'd be living on the street or in a jail cell. We've brought fiscal responsibility back to the United States of America, and in the face of these results, Americans paying record amounts of taxes, I'd say it's just about time. Because cutting Americans' taxes and cutting business taxes will light a fire under the rocket that is the U.S. economy. We're about to have much better economic times, and that's the good news. We'll take a break, and we'll go through some news, some videos. You'll love it. Stay tuned. More Riell Truth. All right, my friends, I am back. Howard Riell. The show is called Riell Truth. Now, if you like Mitt Romney, you might not want to listen to this segment of the show. Roger Stone, Alex Jones talking about Mitt Romney, who wanted to be Secretary of State. Well, I guess now he's not going to be Secretary of State. And everybody realizes that he's a fool. Anyway, here's Jones and Stone. Listen. My friends, the bottom line on Tillerson is this. He is a champion. He's a heavyweight champion in his industry, and those are the people with whom Donald Trump is stocking his cabinet. He's picking A++ people, and you should be very happy about it. Don't worry about ExxonMobil. Don't worry about Goldman Sachs. He's picking the best people to execute his vision. And his vision will save us. It will bring us back from the brink where we've been hanging for years and years and years. Trump's vision will indeed make America great again. You wait and see. We'll take a break. More Real Truth ahead.
We all know that our government is out of control. Part of the point, the people in it. How can we, the people, bring it back to the people's service, not the people's masters? Liberty Forum and the Freedom Rider said, officials in government must be made accountable for their actions. AccountabilityRevolution.com is the place to go to learn how you can actually make that happen. Become their judges, not their slaves. AccountabilityRevolution.com.
Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies remind us Alzheimer's and other types of dementia are progressive diseases knowing no bias, no matter the race or gender. Warning signs include memory loss and loss of initiative and drive. If you know of a loved one, a friend, or a neighbor showing these signs, contact your family physician now. This message from Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies. For more information on their services, call 970-484-7981. That's 970-484-7981.
Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
All right, guys, welcome back. Howard Riell Truth. You know I'm a big Tucker Carlson fan. You know that every video I play of Tucker Carlson, he's beating the absolute crap, metaphorically speaking, out of some liberal pinhead. He's doing the same thing in this video, again, from Fox News. He's talking to a college professor, so you know there's trouble right off the bat, who accuses Donald Trump of being a white power guy. Now, as you will see, Tucker Carlson will question this yutz and show that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's saying things that aren't true. Then he begins to hide and he begins to cough and to fump and to try and evade questions. Typical liberal behavior. Typical behavior from a college professor. So you watch and you listen now as Tucker Carlson helps this college professor stick his head up his own ass. Here we go. There we go. Well, that's the point at which this liberal college professor revealed himself to be a putz. Keep listening. So by securing our border, he's preaching white power. You begin to see the lack of IQ points on the liberal side. Let's go back to this jerk. That's a lie that the simple-minded have been echoing for a year and a half. Trump never said it. Trump never said it. The only people who say that all Mexicans are rapists or murderers are liberals. Only liberals. Trump never said it. Back to the video. Yeah, he is saying that. So inevitably, liberals will begin to fall over their own words and begin to parse words and tell you, well, I didn't say that. I didn't. But he did say that. Now he's backing away because he realizes America is recognizing that he's a buffoon. Back to Tucker Carlson. Of course he did. All right, what Tucker Carlson put his finger right when he said, be a man about it. In other words, have the courage of your own convictions. Never, ever do liberals have the courage of their own convictions when pressed with facts. This guy came on and said Trump is a white power advocate. Tucker Carlson has asked him, what did he say or do that tells you that? And this guy's been dancing around that question, trying to avoid it, trying to avert his eyes. He can't answer it because he's a liar and a simpleton, and this is a guy teaching your children. Let's finish up this sad spectacle. Maybe we'll get another professor who's done his homework. Now, there's a good chance that most of this guy's students were watching this episode. They'd say, hey, Professor so-and-so, Professor Macula is going to be on TV. Or, Professor Macula was on TV last night. Let's catch it on YouTube. So here, they're watching his students, his own students and faculty, by the way, and the administration at his school, are watching him being taken apart piece by Tucker Carlson. This Professor Macula is shown to be a rectum. He's shown to be an empty noodle. He's got nothing to say but trash. His intellectual prowess is nil. He's an ideologue with no truth to tell. So he might just end up getting fired or losing his tenure, or certainly losing the respect of his students who recognize that their professor is a gaping rectum. Tucker Carlson's had his show for several weeks. He does this segment every day where he brings on some idiot from the left and debates them or questions them and tries to get them to come up with proof for the idiotic things they say. I've never seen one instance in which any of these leftist morons have been able to substantiate their claims or statements. And this pathetic professor is just another victim. He got steamrolled by the truth, by a real honest-to-goodness journalist. And that's the power of journalism done right. Item from Bloomberg. President-elect Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. elections is a giant leap for small businesses, according to a survey of their owners. The November reading of the National Federation of Independent Businesses Small Business Optimism Index jumped from 94.9 to 98.4, the sharpest surge since 2009, with all the increase in sentiment coming after the U.S. elections held on November 8th. What that means is this: serious people, people who run businesses, people who have to have a profit and loss, people who hire employees, real people living in the real world realize that things are about to get much better because of Donald Trump. Serious adults who don't toss and turn at night worrying about climate change, or whether or not we should call someone Z instead of he or she. Real, honest-to-goodness, intelligent, serious adults are delighted that Donald Trump is going to be the president in a few weeks. Item from the New York Post. Sex-starved geezer media mogul Sumner Redstone once gave $18 million to a flight attendant on the CBS corporate jet, then slept with her sister and doled out $6 million to that woman, legal papers claim. The sisters were just part of a stable of at least 11 women whom the loaded 93-year-old magnate showered with dough, says former Redstone lover Sidney Holland, 45, in bombshell court documents filed Monday. That's yesterday. Redstone gave tens of millions of dollars to various other women whom he had no intention of marrying and was not in love with at the time he was engaged to marry Sidney, the Los Angeles Superior Court filing says, unquote. My friends, I thought things were bad back in the 80s when I had to take women out to dinner before I'd get them to give what I wanted. This idiot's spending $18 million on this chick, $6 million on that chick, God knows how many millions of dollars on various women who, you know, were whores. They're willing to have sex with this 93-year-old guy because he's giving them money. So the question is this: do you have to be smart to be a billionaire? Well, you have to know how to become a billionaire, but do you have to be smart? Do you have to have wisdom, insight, judgment? Or can you, like Sumner Redstone, like Bill and Hillary Clinton, can you be a complete rectum, a total loss, and still make hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars? Tell me, would you rather have $1 million and be a fool like Sumner Redstone, or would you rather have what you have and have your own self-respect? We'll be back.
We all know that our government is out of control. More to the point, the people in it. How can we, the people, bring it back to the people's servants, not the people's masters? Liberty Forum in the Freedom Rider said, officials in government must be made accountable for their...
This might let them go. About the commercial break. And I think we are at a pledge to it. We need your help and support it tonight. If you can help us, please call 1-800-205-6245, 1-800-205-6245, or send a check or view money order to P.O. Box 1750 at 1750 Johnstown, Colorado 805-340. No, we don't have to line that. Appreciate all those who stepped up and called in on that donation. Thank you very much for it. It's critical at this time. This voice is like the American Network. Stay on the air. Help us do that. 1-800-205-6245. 1-800-205-6245. Check for money for review about 1750 Johnstown, Colorado 805-345.
From complete power independence to backup power for the short term, our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities as modest as emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15.
Guys, welcome back to Riell Truth. Let me shift gears just a little bit. You remember the name Pam Geller. I've presented her reportage, her website, even her videos on this show many times. She is one of our greatest champions fighting against Islamic terror, against creeping Islam here in the United States. Here she is being interviewed by Tommy Lahren on The Blaze, okay? Blaze video. Megyn Kelly, whom I mentioned before, has attacked and insulted Pam Geller. Well, Megyn Kelly is a leftist Twinkie. God knows what she did to get her job on Fox News. Let your imagination soar. But when she starts insulting a hero like Pam Geller, it's time to make it public so that other people can draw their conclusions. Here's from The Blaze, Tommy Lahren interviewing Pam Geller. Let's listen. Okay, naturally we've got video trouble. Let's see if I can correct it using my extensive background in high technology. Let's see if I can get this video moving because it was working before and I trust it will work again. Let's see. Hold on. It seems to be moving. Is it moving in the right direction? Let's take a look. Tommy Lahren, The Tommy Lahren Show. Here we go. And if it's true, it's going to be on Riell Truth. And I'm not saying that to be patronizing, but Tomi Lahren speaks truth, and she should be on Fox News. And Megyn Kelly should not be on Fox News, not only because she has a liberal bent, which she does, but because she's a self-promoting Tootsie. You can't watch her show, even when she's not there, even with a guest host, without listening to 2 or 3 minutes at the end about a pitch for her new book. Now, who's simple-minded enough to read this book, I'm not really certain, but they advertise it relentlessly at the end of her show every single day. And aside from the fact that she's a cute blonde, I'm not sure what qualifications she has to be on a news station. So yeah, Megyn, if you want another job, go. Please, go. Go to CNN. You have my permission to leave. Pam Geller is a hero. Go to the Geller Report. Go to PamelaGeller.com. Read what she has to say. Look for her on YouTube. She's brilliant. She's committed. She's brave. And she's a hero. We'll take a break, and I'll be right back.
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chickens? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to HappyHens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At HappyHens.biz, we love HappyHens.biz. Or call us at 303-829-5948.
If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all your emergency supplies? Vera Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Vera Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Vera Survival.
24-hour Walmart Supercenter South Longmont reminds us no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, or courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families split the bill for our freedom every day. We can show we appreciate their sacrifices. Send the military care package today to let them know that they are now and always will be in our thoughts and prayers. This message is from 24-hour Walmart Supercenter South on East Ken Pratt Boulevard in Longmont. On the air for our troops.
The Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He makes the plans of the people of no effect. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he has chosen as his own inheritance. Psalm 33, verses 10 through 12.
All right, guys, Riell Truth rolls on. Howard Riell, you know, you hear a lot about fake news. What is fake news? Fake news means lies. Who lies more than Hillary Clinton? Answer, nobody. Here's a truth teller by the name of Michelle Malkin. She's been on this show before. You've heard her. She's on Fox News in the morning. I think it was from 2 or 3 days ago, talking about fake news, about Hillary Clinton's lies and her hypocrisy in decrying fake news. Michelle Malkin on Fox News. Here we go. My friends, if you want to have an effective administration, you've got to have effective people working in it. If you've got people who are champions of climate change, you don't have effective people, you've got defective people who believe nonsense in order to fulfill some kind of innate psychological need of theirs. There's no proof that human beings have anything whatsoever to do with whatever's going on with our climate. We don't have the ability, short of a massive nuclear exchange, we don't have the ability to affect our climate. If the planet is warming, and there's debate about that, it's a natural process. We can't affect anything about it. And if there are people in the Energy Department or in the EPA who think we do, well, then they're not very effective in their jobs, and yes, they need to go. Maybe they're hiring in a local mall or something. Item from the Daily Mail: the Iranian defense minister has warned Donald Trump could trigger a world war and the destruction of Israel and small Gulf Arab states if he provokes the Middle Eastern power. Stop. Why? Why? Why does Iran still exist? With their cheating, their lying, their intimidation, their nuclear program, they should be a smoking pile by now. And that's how you handle Iran. We'll be back.
Liberty Farm is sponsored by Troops of Colors, flag holders, flags, and gear. Our vehicles are an extension of our freedom. They can also be a symbol of that freedom. With full-size flags flying from your truck, car, or motorcycle, you make a statement to all that you are a patriot. Go to showyourcolors.biz for the best vehicle, flag holders, flags, and gear. Let people know where you stand by the way you ride or drive.
I'm Joe Jakeman, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group, and I'd like to thank all of our customers for doing business with us over the years. Because of you, we are celebrating 20 years in business. So here's to you for allowing us into your cars, offices, homes, computers, iPods, and anything else you use to tune into us, but most importantly, for doing business with us. We give you the news to disturb the comfortable at allamericangold.com. The Tinfoil Nation tunes in every day from 9 to 10 a.m. for Economics with Attitude, and we continue to deliver gold and silver right to your doorstep, privately, securely, timely, and most importantly, complaint-free. To learn more about gold and silver, visit us at allamericangold.com or simply call us at 800-951-0592 to place an order. Now, this is the testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, "I am not the Messiah." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" And he answered, "No." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21.
And we're back. Riell Truth about to go off the air. Stay tuned for another 4 minutes. Item from Breitbart this week. Students at the University of Pennsylvania removed a portrait of William Shakespeare and replaced it with a portrait of black feminist poet Audre Lorde. Without obtaining permission, students at the University of Pennsylvania removed the painting of Shakespeare located in Fisher Bennett Hall and replaced it with a picture of the black feminist poet Audre Lorde. A group of students from the portrait has resided over the main staircase of Fisher Bennett home to Penn's English department for years. The English department voted to relocate and replace the portrait a few years ago in order to represent a more diverse range of writers, according to an emailed statement from Esty, who declined, as one of the people who works there, who declined to be interviewed, unquote. How embarrassed would you be if you were Audre Lorde? And your picture was being placed up there not because of anything that you'd written, not because of anything you'd accomplished, but because you're black and a woman. How would you feel? You might feel good, but that wouldn't speak well about your intelligence or your integrity. Shakespeare is the greatest writer in the history of the human race, and they're taking his picture down because he's white and a male, and you don't see a problem with that? Item from Breitbart. In a politically charged essay pen this week, comedian and talk show host Chelsea Handler blasted and shamed female voters who supported Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton in the presidential election before encouraging women in the same essay to come together and support each other. We don't just have a problem with men supporting women in this country. We have a problem with women supporting women, Handler wrote in an essay she penned for Arianna Huffington's new wellness company, Thrive Global. One of the saddest things about November 8th, Handler said, were the women of America who somehow managed to vote for Donald Trump, specifically 53% of all white female voters who chose Mr. Trump. Stop. Chelsea Handler is an ignoramus, and here's how I know. First of all, I know what's in the books that she writes, and I know what's on her TV show, and it's pure garbage. When Donald Trump won the election, she was on TV weeping, crying, decomposing. She had promised to move out of America. As far as I know, she hasn't done it. So let's put this all together. She's a weakling. She doesn't believe in the democratic process. She's a liar because she said she was going to move out of America and she didn't. She doesn't love America very much, or she's willing to leave it. Now she's blaming women. Wait, not just all women. So she's a misogynist. She's blaming not all women. She's blaming white women. So she's also a racist. So now you know what Chelsea Handler is. She's a liberal piece of crap. She's a Twinkie. She's an ignoramus. And I couldn't say anything nice either about anybody who would buy any of her books or watch her on TV. She is an empty barrel, which makes a lot of noise. She doesn't like women, doesn't like whites, doesn't like America, doesn't like Trump, doesn't respect people who voted for Trump, doesn't respect anyone who doesn't do exactly what she says they should do. Chelsea, about that part about leaving America, please go. You're adding absolutely nothing to this country. In fact, you are a terrible, a god-awful role model for American women. If the young girls listening to you and they want to be like you, it's to their detriment. She's the kind of know-nothing nudnik that we have just too damn much of in the media. Chelsea Handler, leave America, please. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with more Real Truth, my friends. Listen to me closely. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay angry. Hasta luego.